不知道多长啊，可能没有中文，没有中文就凑合看吧，看看画面，然后意思一下就差不多了。2600我感觉也很贵啊，太贵了。哎，开始了啊！反正太贵的就别买了，就是等便宜的再买。Treehouse 翻译过来树屋，我也没看过这什么直面会叫
Treehouse。Hey everybody, welcome to a very special edition of Nintendo Treehouse Live for Splatoon 3. I'm Demetrius and I'm here joined by Taryn and our own Treehouse Squid research lab.
哎，有这个字幕看。
Dutch.
Dr. Dutch.
Hey.
I won't not say it. I'm sorry.
Look at him, he's even like, hey. All right, so what do we have for you today? Well, we got some really cool stuff. We wanted to show you today was a little bit of what Splatoon 3 is about, including the actual single-player story. So we're going to start off with a single-player deep dive and then kind of show you come back and show you some new weapons, stages, and strategies. For those who have never actually heard of Splatoon 3 before, it's a team-based action game, well, multiplayer game, with also single-player story mode, which you're seeing today. So what you're seeing right in front of you, actually, is the world of Alterna.
Ooh, I'm sorry, we were supposed to ooh, weren't we? In unison. Ooh.
Dutch. Sorry, we're silly. We're having a good time here. All right, so I am in control of Agent 3, and I have a weapon that can use ink. So for those who have never seen Splatoon before, for Splatoon 3 and other games in the series, you can actually swim in your own ink and refill and do many other great things with it. It's really, really great. So we call this right here swim form, and this is kit form. And you can use the kit form to ink many different things, which is going to come in very, very handy. What we'll show you soon. One other thing to note is you really don't need experience to play single player. So if you're worried about, hey, this is Splatoon 3, do I have to worry about, playing the other two games? You don't have to. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. This game has a great story, though, and it'll have the same kind of feel between those who have played Splatoon 2 before, or even the Octo expansion, which was the NSO expansion pack you can get right now. All right, so one thing I want to point out for this story is you see right here, this is Fuzzy Ooze. You actually want to be careful.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing?
You did that on purpose,
I
right?
did it on purpose.
I was like, whoa.
So Fuzzy Ooze, bad.
Something's going on here.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
So there's a big mystery going on with the Fuzzy Ooze. We want to kind of see what's going on with Alterna and how is this happening? We really want to, really find out. Okay, so with that in mind, there are some other additional things we'll kind of go over as we play through these stages, such as the little hidden secrets, this little guy here called Small Fry, and some other little things. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pass this controller over to Taryn.
To me.
Oh, Taryn.
Thank you.
And we're going to actually go to a stage called Twirling, Swirling, and Whirling.
它那个晃的应该是摇杆，就是体感。Switch 手柄那体感在晃，画面在晃，难受。
Agent 3, but this is not the Agent 3 you know. This is a new Agent 3, so don't worry. The other one is still around. But this is a new one. Just
spoilers.
Spoilers.
No, there's no spoilers. I'm just
no
teasing.
Spoilers.
Okay, so what you'll see right here is Taryn actually has 3 different choices. We're going to have her start with the hero gear to begin with.
Yeah, so you have recommendations too. You can see it says try this. So again, we're going to do this mostly because I love Small Fry and I want to show you Small Fry very badly. And you can see other information on the screen, like on the top right, it shows you how many tries you have. So I have just 3. That should be fine. I'm new to Splatoon, but I should be able to handle it. I've got Small Fry.
You got this, Taryn.
Speaking of which, too, like I said before, this is a great entry point as well, story mode in particular. So this is perfect for you.
Yeah. So if I didn't want to jump into multiplayer right away, I can do story mode first, and it's a great place to practice. Or just play with Small Fry. I also like that. So I'm showing off first, and it's a great place to practice. Or just play with Small Fry. I also like that. So I'm showing off here what you can do with it. You can throw it. Don't feel bad. It can handle itself. And then you can call it back with the this way, which is a function that you have in multiplayer as well, right, Dutch?
Yeah.
All right, so you got 3 attempts on the board. And here you want to kind of, like it says, navigate to the rotating area. Oh, look at that perfect throw.
Nice.
Get
You
'em.
sound so surprised, and I'm a little offended.
Not at all.
Okay, but
I'm
look at this trick.
encouraging.
Look at this. Look.
Oh,
Wait.
exposed.
Wait.
哎，他这个体感开着真难
That
受
was a trick that I learned just for you guys.
I didn't even know what that's actually really cool.
看起来很好玩这游
Pacifist
戏。
approach right
The
there.
well, yeah, just allow themselves to destroy themselves. So you saw that I threw small fry in the beginning. I'm gonna throw it again, but for a different purpose this time because this is an armored enemy and I'm scared of it and it can definitely splat me. So I'm using small fry to distract it, and then I turn around and splat it from behind. Also, like a rat, I just let stuff fall off the edges, get splatted and distracted. That's how I play, I guess.
One thing you'll note too is that Taryn is swimming in her own ink. If there's enemy ink, which is purple, it's not too good for you.
Oh my gosh! We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. I have
I know
3
that.
tries.
Good, you're good.
I'm playing with motion controls right now. You can turn that off or just change the sensitivity. But there is an advantage to using them, so by all means, play however you prefer to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah, once I got the hang of motion controls, I can't go back.
哎呦，
I love them.
我这网速
Same
不
for
行
me.
了
It，took
看一
a
下。
little bit, but I really like them.
So you see that small fry actually does damage as well, so you can use it to distract, and then like with the first enemy, you just throw it right in their face, and they will take care. Well, it will take care of business.
That person
Okay,
right up there
Woo,
has got
I got
your
strats. I got strats for you guys
Are you
today.
going to shoot from the...
I have
Oh,
learned that you can shoot from here and take out some of these little
oh,
extras.
look at you go. That is awesome.
Okay, well, I was hoping to get a sniper, but I got a little too greedy. So now we're gonna have to deal with both snipers. So what I
least
picked up
one
was a
out.
Trizuka. You get canned specials. You'll learn a little bit more about specials in the next segment. But you get them that way in story mode, and usually they're like perfectly situated for whatever you have to do. So exactly that. Like if you're looking at Octo snipers in the face and they're just ready to splat you, that Trizuka was perfect for countering it.
And it's actually
and I
the
didn't
same
use it that
specials
well.
that you'd find in the multiplayer mode
Yes.
as well. So it's good, a good chance to kind of get familiar with them and maybe practice a little bit.
Yes.
Get him.
I heard the word practice and I nod and agree. Practicing is good. I could use more of it, but it's super fun. Like, even if you get splatted or fall off spontaneously for literally no apparent reason, it's still a good time. And I love that about Splatoon. It just keeps this like tone of like chaos and fun and like doing it your own way. And like I'm all about that. Even if I fall off the edge. Okay, so I'm at the end. I've also been known to fall off. No!
I'm sorry. I'm not.
I think it's because I said
Yeah,
it.
you manifested it.
I manifested it. I'm not gonna jump for that now. I'm
One more
afraid.
time. One more time. You got this.
Take our time.
One thing that's good too is that the items up there respawn in.
Yes.
What you're going to be picking up is some armor, which helps.
Oh yes, thank you for mentioning that, Demetrius. Yeah, you pick up armor.
Yeah, there you go.
Ouch.
Good example of the armor.
Thank you. Yeah, if I didn't have that armor, I'd probably be in trouble. Please no. Please no.
You got
All
this.
right.
You got this. Just stay there for a second. Let yourself recharge. You got it.
Yeah, so there's like a whole
There you go.
stealth mode, like, and you do this in
你们还好，
multiplayer
我
too.
都
You
看不
move
懂，
super fast.
我在这里看什么都不知道
See you。under the ink, and if you move slower, they can't see you. So just
玩
like
过的可以看懂
story
啊。
mode, if you get good at being sneaky, your chances of success increase significantly.
That was
I'm not
very
very good
sneaky,
at
I must
sneaking.
say.
That was great.
Okay, guys, guys, yeah. Oh, I've got
感谢
I
猪
got
猪
another ready. Ready?
猪猪
There you
波
go.
板糖。
There we go.
Okay.
Mission complete.
And we're done with that mission. We did it. It only took 2 unnecessary
First time
falls.
clear bonus. 3 minutes, 13 seconds. That looked great.
Oh, that's right. And there's a timing mechanic. I'll hand this back to you,
Thank you.
Demetrius. So there's a bunch of replayability with these missions. You can choose different weapons like we showed you earlier. So you can challenge yourself with maybe weapons that aren't so well suited. And then you can also time yourself.
Oh.
So I'm sure my time for that one was probably not amazing. So I could go back in and like play it over and over again and try to get a better time and just get better. It's
Lots
always
of great replayability
Get
for
better.
sure. Okay, my turn.
All right, Demetrius, you
All right,
have to
so now-
fall at least twice. You're gonna make me
I
look
hope
bad.
not. This stage is a little. Ooh.
We should also say that a lot of the lore actually plays out through these single-player
does.
missions. You can
Yes.
find, maybe hidden objects here or there. They give you kind of clues into the world that we're in and the events.
Yeah, the Sunken Sea Scrolls, you can find them out while you're playing outside of the stages, and they provide a lot of background and lore. The lore is really cool, and this whole series has really cool lore. All right, so I am doing Stamp 'em Out. I am going to be using one of the
对
new
他这个播之前就
weapons,
说
Splat
介绍
Bomb
单人模式，
curling bomb.
斯普拉遁3的单人模式。
The Splatana Stamper or Splatana class of weapons are brand new. They have like a swipe when I just use
这个是什么？
button, and if you hold down the button, you can charge up as a charge slash. Now the stamper
这个
itself,
比刚才那个
outside
帅
of
多
having
了
that。really cool sound, it's more the heavier style of Splatana class. So you're gonna see like the amount of ink I'm flinging from like the ink blade is gonna be a bit more. So really great. One thing to note is you kind of have like long range, right? And then you have the short range. If I'm up close and I hit someone with this, it's gonna be pretty much a guaranteed splat.
I've never noticed it, but did you see Small Fry was in the corner just like looking at you with these big eyes? Like, why aren't you taking me with you?
Oh, I missed that. Aww.
It's just a little sad. It's all right.
Also note
There you
that
go.
when I'm picking up our power eggs, and these can be used to unlock certain things.
But you'll need them to progress in the story mode. Right?
这个是
See,
大
this
剑
is，a perfect example. This guy
刚才
has
那个
shield, which
是
is going to be hard, but if I charge it up,
青龙。
Yes.
nice.
How satisfying was that on a scale of 1 to 10?
great. 10. 10 out of 10. Oh,
感觉真的蛮好玩，可是感觉就是那
You
种
didn't give that
很
one a
费
fair
时
chance
间
to
的
fight
感
back,
觉
I。don't think.
I love how I
就
can
玩
just
的停不
use
下
this
来了
to，hit
怕
two
玩
at
这个。
once. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what people are going to do with
我感觉玩这个
this
肯
one
定
in
会停不下
multiplayer
来
because。it's kind of a combination. You have that longer range, a little bit weaker one, and then you have the kind of one-hit splat charge one that you can do from short range.
Yeah, I think people are going to have a lot of fun. I mean, all weapons have different styles and stuff, but this one for me, I really like the
You gonna play the Splatonas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh no, the squeegee!
Oh, no!
I bet you
You
have-
can't be mad at it though. Look, it's so cute.
I was trying to be a little fancy there. I'm just going to go across this time. Come on. There we go.
Well done. All right, remember you have to fall off at least twice.
No, I don't want to.
That's the deal. There it is.
This next part right here is a little tough because there's a
很爽啊！
guy on
打
top,
爆那个
and I
箱
have
子
to
很
kind of
爽
knock。all these down without him getting to.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Oh, you just
I think I got the guy behind him
Oh.
too.
feel like you've already mastered this
集
Splatoon.
合
We should all be
那这个
very
不是大剑是
afraid.
太刀吗？这还
This
是
is
集
really
合？
funny.
什么鬼？
I gotta be careful with this guy. There we go.
我
Okay.
感觉可以不用听他说了，反正说也听不懂，听不太懂。
Part. For those who are
test.
wondering why they're teasing me, it's because this
我
part.
现在发现就是听日文比听英文听得懂的还多一
Oh my
点，
gosh.
不知道为什么，就是一直没听的关系。
Yes. Well, there's like 3 of them, right?
They're right there.
So these are Octolings. They're a different type of enemy that function like a little bit more like a player might, you could say. And so, of course, they're a little bit more difficult, but not difficult for Demetrius. All right.
I hope the camera was on me. I had such gamer face right there. I was
You
like,
did. Well, you were supposed to get splatted at least. It's just gonna be me.
not gonna happen. No, I made it. Oh, 239. I'll take it.
All right.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That was pretty good. All right.
You are not stressed.
这个
anymore.
喷射战士
You're
3
too
还没
good.
正式还没出
All
来
right.，
Yeah, let me
也
pass this
Switch 上
over.
的。
That's
We
right.
saved the hardest
What?
one for Dutch. He's in the lab coat,
All right.
so he's obligated.
This is the fun part. So the next one that we have coming up is called One Way Ride Through Target Town.
神他妈4399，
We're gonna have Dutch use the tri-stringer. It's gonna be
让
let's
你
do
放
it.
大一点。
fun.
Yeah, he has other options, which you'll see, and those are a little bit easier. But no, we don't let Dutch do the easy ones.
Yeah, I'm both excited and nervous to try this one out. This is a brand new weapon class in Splatoon 3. And let's
武器
take a
等
look
级
at it here.
This
So you can see it's
is
kind of like a,
还有
like a
弓
bow,
箭武
basically.
器。 这真的是怪物猎人啊！刚才那个是太刀，这个
So
是
the way it works is if I
还有
tap the
轻
attack
弩
button, then you can see it shoots 3 little
三连
projectiles
发
like that. If I hold it down and charge it up, you can see they stick to whatever
对，
surface
这
they
两
hit,
天有个
and you
试
get
玩
kind of a secondary
是
little explosion that'll do a little bit of damage. And then if I
明
charge it
天
up
整
even
理一下
more,
消息
then you
看
get
一
kind of
下。
a tight grouping that goes a little bit farther, and you still get that that second little pop.
It's hard to survive if you get hit with all 3 right directly.
Yeah.
不是，他这个试玩很坑
There's a
啊，
vertical shot too, is there not?
它
Yeah,
不是
exactly.
一直可以试玩的那
Or
种，
yeah, it's kind of like a roller where for those of you who played
玩一会儿就不让玩了，
games before, so if I jump,
而且说不定要会员，不知道要不要会员
a
Switch。
vertical shot. So if I charge that up as well, you can see the shots line up vertically.
This feels like a skilled player's weapon.
Yeah, I'm
I'm pretty
thinking
intimidated.
it's kind of like it's got good range, it's got good coverage, it's got good damage. I think it'll be really interesting to see what people do with this one as well.
Yeah, this is another really fun weapon to use for sure.
All right, let's see it, Dutch.
Can
No
you tell
more.
I'm
no more
putting this off a little
delays.
bit? All right.
大哥别
One
射
thing
了，
to
快
know
出
is
去
Dutch
吧
goes！ through too for
这
people
里
watching
射
at home.
半
You
天
actually
了。
don't have to finish all the stages to get through story mode, but there are a lot of fun things to play.
Yeah, this one's challenging, but that's a good thing. And you don't have to do it if you don't.
Yeah,
want
this
to.
is a really fun, challenging one.
All right, so I just broke those targets, and that activated the ride rail down here. And the thing about the ride rail is it's, like the title says, it's a one-way ticket.
28号是吧？
So I'm going to be
这是
riding
后
this
天。
thing. There's no turning back.
今
If
天
I
这
don't
过
break all
12
the
点
targets
才
on a given
26号，
section, then
大
I'm
后
going to
天。
run out of track.
No
I'm going to fall
pressure.
in.
27、
So
28。
let's do it.
At least 2 falls, remember.
Well, he's got a lot of opportunity here, but we're giving Dutch 3 chances.
我这个好玩啊，这
You
个
get
That's
3
5 up there.
tries.
Nah, but
So
we're
literally
giving you
2 falls.
3. You're wearing that coat for a reason, Dutch.
I have faith in Dr. Dutch.
One thing to note too, and I apologize if Dutch didn't point this out, but as you turn into swim form, you do actually recharge your ink. Just a note. This music's so good.
It is good. Well, and the visuals are so nice. Like, this stage in particular is so chaotic that, like, you don't really get a chance to look. Oh, no, you got it! Oh, my God! Oh, it's so good, though.
Got the hard
I'm
part.
sorry. Oh.
It's as I was talking. I'm sorry. I
He
distracted
had it
you.
too. That was an amazing shot.
It was.
All right.
But the visuals are so nice. Like, if you get a chance to look up, it's like an inverted
I
cityscape.
would, but I'm busy right
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm not asking you to.
Continue with your research. All right.
All right, here's a good spot. Look up at that.
Yeah, that looks.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. It's okay, Dutch.
That explosion, we're all like, you can hear us getting quiet because there's nervous.
Stress is
Okay.
real.
All right, he's got this.
All right, there I'm going to use that kind of secondary
There you go.
explosion.
There we
Nice.
Get those.
You have to be
Make life a
careful
little
jumping
easier.
between the rails too.
Yeah.
Yes, we've learned that.
All right,
See if I can get this
perfect.
one. There we go.
还有
One
一
thing
个
you're
游戏，
seeing
等一
Dutch
下，
do right now is he's actually
这
aiming
这个
for
直面会
those
说不定
power
挺
eggs,
长
so
的
it's kind of a good hint or a tip of where you
就
want
已
to
经
shoot
过了
this
十
one.
几分钟了，他还这个还没介绍好，还有第二个，
It's got that explosive effect.
Things are
Oh
looking
my
good right
gosh, Dutch.
now. You got this. This
got this
next
big
upcoming
tower
part, yeah, this upcoming part right here is pretty difficult. As you can see, there's a lot. So Dutch is going to want to try to slow it down and
I'm just going
take out as
to try shots.
many.
Oh,
he got it. He got it. He
did
got
it! Oh my gosh, she's gonna do it.
Well
No pressure,
done,
no
Dutch.
pressure. Everything is fine.
Okay, don't forget to go through. There you go.
Yeah, I've definitely hit those grates before. I like landed a perfect shot and then just get bopped off because of a grate. It doesn't feel
This
good.
one's a little tricky too because you can see it on different sides. You have to charge pretty fast.
Oh my
Well done,
gosh.
Dutch.
刚开始感觉还挺好，他这个后面就是一直这样射，一路射过来，单人模式。
Oh, you got it.
No!
Did you get it?
I didn't get it.
No! Okay, but that was 2
Alright.
falls, so now
This is
you
the
can
one.
get it, Dutch.
All right.
You got
I
this.
have clearance.
You have my permission.
啊，死了又重新开始
That's
了。
right. But you
This
got
is
this. You were
honestly
in the
really
groove there. You got it.
I've seen Dutch do this several times successfully, so
Yeah, he's got
那也太难受
even if he
了。
doesn't do it this time, know that he can, and it's
This is the one
extremely
that counts.
impressive.
This is the one.
他死了又重开了。
It's fun though. Now I want to be like, all right, okay, is it my turn? Let me try.
Dude, I know. I haven't been able to beat
不
it
行，
yet.
这个
Did
这
you
个
beat
这
it
个
with
太
the
愤了，
tri-stringer
这
yet?
个
I
模
have.
式。
It
You
took,
did it?
Took some times though, but it was fun though trying it out. All right, you got it. Cool. Okay, so now we got these again. All right. I think it's those two right there make me the most nervous.
I
Yeah.
mess up on those too.
Yeah, because you kind of have to
卡住
lead
了，
your
一直
shot, right? You have
一直过不了
to
关，
kinda think
直
in
面会
advance,
都
all right, I'm
进
gonna
行不
shoot,
下
and
去
then
了，
it'll
等
explode, and then I'll be okay.
祈祷他
I love
翻
these
车。
stages though
翻
for
车
getting a feel for
You got it.
what is it?
不要秀了，等一下又翻车了。
Just jump off. Let's have you try one more time. Just jump off one more time. Like very start. Can you jump off? There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more. Let's try
You're
one more
giving him
time.
a
翻车了，
I
那
am.
他还打不打？
Oh my
不打了吧？还打了？
I'm a good friend.
还打呀！我去，还打这个？
How about if he
直面会
fails
要
this
打1个小
fourth one?
时。
Well, then we have to move.
Then the people are gonna have to see it for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
我去，
Let's see.
左上角是生命条吧？还有2条命是不是？一共5条命，还有2条
Hey,
命
you。can, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I love these single player missions to kind of get a feel for each weapon.
看来这个树屋直面会是比较轻松的，没有什么时间限制，随便瞎玩。几
And
个
this isn't the only
外
rail
国人
ring
在那里边玩边讲，
mission.
边玩边讲，时间就过去了，
One of the more challenging ones, so don't worry.
This is a difficult
没有这么
one,
正
but
式那种。
Also know that by the time he gets to this, you'll have a
Yeah.
solid grasp. Oh, okay.
I love those rings every time. It feels like a reward getting to jump through them. It looks so delicious. You get hungry.
Okay, we got it. All right. See, looking good. Looking good.
Looking good.
And jinx it. I think I jinxed it last time.
没有宝可梦的消
Not
息。
at all.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
get these with the charge shot. I'm not gonna mess around here.
You
Oh,
got it.
that's it.
No.
Wait, no, it didn't count. Oh, I could have sworn.
不要
Round.
I guess the arrow missed at the
换一个
bottom.
模式
I
吧。
think
哦，
that's
终于
good
不玩了，
enough.
终于不玩
I
了。
have to let people try this one on their own at home.
Thanks for trying that though, Dutch. That was awesome. That was great.
Thank you for taking it for us.
Okay. So that's for us is gonna be it for.
就是刚开始玩还可以，就是玩久了肯定不好玩
that
了
we。actually
我们
will
看几遍都
be
受不了，
back,
他玩几
with
遍都受
some,
得了。
you know, kind of a strategy segment on what you can do in the game itself. So stick around. We'll be right back. And as always, though, thanks for watching. 在数字版的这个喷射战士3中赚金币。哎，对了，这个游戏有没有实体版？我感觉好像都没看过实体版卡带。这个喷射战士2以前有没有实体的？
Enter the Splatlands Invitational 2022 tournament. This event will take place on September 5th at PAX West.
有的
Some of
吗
the？top finishers
有的
from
到
this
时候
summer's
买
Splatoon
买
2
卡带
Invincible
啊，
Showdown
别
will
买数
head
字
to
版。
Seattle and compete in North America's first ever Splatoon 3 Invitational. Follow the official Nintendo
那就
versus
买
Twitter
卡带吧
account for updates.
那就买卡带。说到那个卡带啊，宝可梦金灿钻石那个明亮珍珠那个卡带好像跌的都快跌没了。我看群里别人说的都快跌的没了，剩100多块钱。我还有一张在手里，
Hey
都烂在
everybody,
手
welcome
里
back
了。
to a very special edition of Nintendo Treehouse Live featuring Splatoon 3. Been wanting to do that. All right, and I'm here with Taryn
Hello.
and our very own Treehouse Squid Lab researcher, Dutch.
Hi.
Dutch.
All right. So what we're gonna do now is we actually wanted to show off some of our multiplayer stuff. Now, before we start, I just
多
want
人
to do
游
a
戏。
little bit of housekeeping to just let everybody know that this is a special build that we're playing on. We're actually not going to get right into multiplayer, but we did want to show you some elements to focus on that because there's a lot of really great stuff. And again, just to let everybody know, this game's coming out on September 9th, so just a little thing to keep in mind. All right, now, so Splatoon 3, let's see what we got first. I think we're going to show off a Splash-O-Matic. So Dutch?
Yeah, let's
What
see.
is a Splash-O-Matic?
So the Splashmatic is in the shooter class of weapons, which is kind of like the bread and butter of the Splatoon series. It's like your well-rounded,
真的复刻啊
versatile！
刚出
weapon.
的时候还有不少人在玩呢，后来就凉的不行了
Got，decent range.
凉的太
You're
快
pretty
了
much。going to be able to do it all with this weapon. And we should also mention that weapons come in sets in Splatoon. So you can kind of see in the upper right-hand corner, I have a sub-weapon as well. In this case, that's the burst bombs. It looks like this. And throw that against the wall there. So you can see it just kind of explodes on impact.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite sub.
It's really useful.
Is it? I
Yeah.
like the autos because they
不行
just
这种
find.
游戏
I
我
guess
看
you
第
see
一视
that
角
too. No
有点难
spoilers,
受。
but they find your enemy, so you don't.
自己玩不会晕啊，就看别
And
人
the
玩
most
会
exciting
晕。
thing about this set for me
转来转去
is the crab tank. We can see that's my special weapon in that upper right-hand corner is kind of shimmering there, so that means it's ready to go. So let's take a look. Here it is.
哇，
This looks so good.
It's so dangerous.
Love that one. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and clean up
So
here
just the
so I can get that again. Because the crab tank actually has 2 different attacks. So that was the first one that's kind of like a rapid fire.
百亿补贴那个
machine gun that
2499
really has
还是
very good
先
range
等
as
等
well.，
还是别买，你们有
And
钱也
then
我感觉
there's another
2499
attack.
也很贵啊，
It's kind of like this big shell that has an area of effect here.
我感觉2100、2200差不多
One thing
，2499
to
太
note too to
贵
point
了。
out for those watching at home is
就
we're
是有
actually
钱人，
in
你说
the
你们
new
这些机器
multiplayer
有了一
lobby.
台，它
This is
出了
the
限定，
test
你又想
range
买一
side
台
of，things. So if you're
是
wondering,
没啥
like,
必
whoa,
要
what
的。
is this? This is a brand new,
Don't remember
brand new
this.
feature to Splatoon 3. It's really, really cool. It allows you to, well, test your weapons in the
哎，
ring.
这个像那个守望
Yeah,
先
it's
锋那
actually
个叫
fun.
什么啊
It is a big change from Splatoon 2.
仓鼠
Now
那
the
个叫什么
lobby
球
is
啊
like a physical
球
space where you can be
英雄叫什么哈姆
practicing while
这
you're
个
waiting for
正式
match,
名字
or,
忘记了，
I think we saw
反正
the
就是叫
direct
球
that
那个
you'll
老鼠
see
的
kind
那
of
个。
holographic ghosts of your friends in the lobby if they're online. So it's kind of a cool new hub for the multiplayer battles. Let's take a look.
守望先锋里面那个
See
英雄
the，space here.
It looks so good.
Actually, we haven't showed off the Squid Surge and Roll, which is something we might want
破坏
to
球，
do.
对
Ah,
对对。
yeah. And that is
它那个老鼠还有一个名字的，专门有个
Splatoon 3
名字。
as well. And to show that off, let's see. So the squid roll, typically, you know, if you're going in one direction, you get kind of you have to slow down and kind of stop your momentum to get going in the other direction. But with this new
我这直面会
mechanic
好
here,
长啊，兄
you
弟，
can turn
1点钟了还没搞完呢。
and go in the opposite direction. So imagine
后
maybe
面还有个游戏，
somebody's
你们
throwing
该
a
睡觉
bomb
早
in
点
front
睡，
of
你
you.
要
You
今天我
can
传
change
视频
direction
传
really
上去
quickly.
了
And it actually gives you a few frames of protection while you're doing that move.
All right, let's see this in action.
All right, yeah. So
估计
here's
1点半都结束不了。
Here's another toy that we've got in the lobby over here, which is the copy machine. So I'm going to go ahead and wake it up here. It's kind of vaguely througting.
练习
So the
英
copy
语听力的
machine
一个节目
here。does it copies what I'm doing. So if I shoot, it shoots. It throws
Shoot
bombs, and I
就是
throw
射。
bombs. And it tries to deflect blame on his teammates. If I try to deflect blame on my teammates, it does everything that I do.
Teammates，
Dutch, when have you
Real.
ever had to deflect blame?
我他妈只能听懂其中1、2个词，我去。
All right, so I'm going to try to show off this new squid roll move that gives you that couple frames of protection here. So if I'm rolling wrong, I see a bomb.
There you
Oh,
go.
well done. That is
Normally that would be
not
enough to
easy.
splat me right there.
Got it in one.
But you kind of hear that like little like shimmery kind of sound that lets you know that you kind of got it out of there. Let me try one more.
All right. So then what? Since we, ooh, look at you show off.
看视频也没必要全程看，就跳一下就行。
So maybe we should move on to the next topic.
看它每个模式怎么样子，
Oh,
看
actually,
看
yeah,
随便看看
Squid。Surge.
Yeah,
I
Squid Surge. So that's another new mechanic for Splatoon 3, and that's going to help you get up walls. So if I get onto this wall and I charge it up, it's going to shoot me up and give me a little boost up there so I can kind of get the drop on people. So that's useful if maybe you've got somebody camping out up here You can come up here, do a little squid surge, and come down on him from above.
You're so accurate.
Yeah,
I always
like you
miss
need
that. I tried practicing that a couple of times. I really love the move.
And that's the worst when you're like set up the move perfectly, and then you get to the up to the top there, and you're like, oh, missed it.
That's just gonna be
Fun
so much
things
more
to work
deadly.
Anyway, okay, well, let's check out a different weapon, yeah?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's
他们要
check
用
out
不
the
同
next
的
one,
武
which
器
I
了，又要
believe
试
is
新武器了
one。of your favorites.
It is, yeah. I have spent a
Whoa.
lot of time with the carbon roller here. And actually, while we're here, I just want to show off one more kind of quality of life improvement here. You can
拖地
sort
板的那个吗？
the weapons by class, and you've got that up here, which
It's
is nice.
so good. I love that they added that.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up here so we get some new territory here. So this is the carbon
拖地
roller.
板的
This is a weapon in the roller class, and the way this class works is you've got an ink roller here, and if you press the attack button, it does kind of a horizontal splash like that. It's pretty short range, but it's pretty powerful as well. And if you hold it down, then you can run around with it on the ground and
Mow people over.
威力很强，可以在地上
And this
拖来拖
particular
去。
one, with most roller weapons, that's going to be a one-hit splat if you've got it rolling around on the ground. But this one trades a little bit of power for greater mobility, which I love because for me, my play style is really like getting up in people's faces, smashing them, and
我去，
Look at him go.
Taunting people's faces. That's just
打脸可以打脸。
Too, this one actually comes with the zip caster, which
That's
is really
true. Yeah. And one more point on the roller class. So you also have this. If you jump and attack, then you do kind of a
可以
vertical
边跳
fling
边
that gives
打
you a little bit more range. But it's a
放出
narrower
更大的
spread
范围。
tank, so you have to be a little more accurate with it. But yeah, so let's check out the Zipcaster here, which is a brand new special for Splatoon 3. And I'm really excited about this one as somebody who spends a lot of time with a roller, which is short range and kind of get pinned down by people with longer range weapons a lot. So let's imagine maybe up on that tower there's somebody with a long range weapon kind of pinning me down back here. What the Zipcaster is going to do is going to let me zip around, cling to walls, and it's going to let me come up right on this person right there.
Oh, so good.
And you do have to be careful when you use it though, because you might have seen there's a little marker, and when it ends, it sends you back to the place you started. So if you don't take care of business with it, and people see where you're going to land, they're going to come right there and be waiting for you.
Spot you.
Yeah, you'll land and be like, oh, that was not what I was expecting.
And the sub-weapon for this one as well, which you can see here, is another one coming back from Splatoon 2 is the Autobomb. And that one, you can kind of see the little ring shoots out when it lands, and that's going to detect the nearest enemy, walk over to it, and explode.
It's so awful. I mean, in the best possible way. If you're the one throwing it, it's just brilliant.
All right, so let's show this off in our first stage we wanted to display.
Yeah, let's take a look.
So let's go ahead and cut away to that, and then we're going to go to our first stage that we want to show.
And we've got the Splatoon 3 Splatfest World Premiere coming up this weekend. So we wanted to take a look at some of the stages that will be in the rotation.
And if you've never heard of Splatfest before, it's a mode where you play Turf War and Tricolor Turf War. But first, you actually get to vote on 3 different choices, depending if, in this case, you want to be rock, paper, or scissors. I think I'm going to go for scissors. No, wait, I'm paper.
No, I'm scissors. We've
we always
had this discussion already.
I got rock. That's all I know. I'm rock.
It happens every time. I'm scissors.
No, but I'm going to be scissors.
这是给看地
We're
图
gonna be
是
on the
吧？
same
他说
team. I
stage，
guess that could be
That's
fun
nice.
too. That can be fun. I'd rather not get splatted by you. I splat with you. So I
That's
guess
actually a
all
really good point, too. I'm glad you brought that up, Taryn, too. It's just for those who don't know at home. You definitely want to vote for the same thing if you won't be on the same team.
Yes.
Just a little pro
Good
tip.
point.
All right, so here
Right.
we are in Scorch Gorge. So take it away, Dutch.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I'm really looking forward to this weekend because this is kind of eerie right here. It's like there's nobody here. This is deserted. I'm excited to see some people get in here and play around. So this is kind of keeping in the theme with Splatoon 3, which is chaos, right? So we've got this kind of gritty,
这是
rusted
个好游
out,
戏啊，这一
worn
看就是
down,
个很
rugged
好玩的游
terrain
戏，
here.
会非常耗时间的那种。
Couple of jellyfish out there taking
casual
selfies, I guess.
一把接一把
jellies. Just
Yeah, so
on the
it's this-
rocks.
Kind of a canyon,
That feels like a desert.
kind of, yeah.
Either way.
And then I'll go ahead and open up the turf map here so we can see the layout of the stage. And so I'm thinking that for this particular stage, it's all going to be about this middle tower here, because that controls the access to each side. So that's the only way you're going to get into the other team's base. So let's come up here.
Yeah, I feel
Which is Dutch's favorite thing. Sorry.
It's all about, I think, defending this middle and keeping it controlled.
Right. So if you want to get into the other base, you're going to have to come up here and go along this catwalk, which leaves you kind of exposed from below. If you go into
大
the
哥
squid
别
form, you
转
can
了，
drop right through it.
我眼睛看着难受，我先休息一会儿。
Well, there we go.
And then once you're over here, then you can get back this way and cause trouble.
But now that you have
看
the
久了真的
zip
眼睛
caster,
难受。
though,
Yeah. So for, I think the zip caster is going to be great for maybe taking control of that middle area. So you can see, imagine somebody's controlling that and dominating you from the center post there. So what are we going to do? Let's get the zip caster here and fly right over here. Come up this way. Woo, bam.
It attaches to surfaces that you wouldn't normally be able to ink, correct? Did we already
Correct.
mention that?
That's a great
It's
point,
so
yeah.
powerful.
it's really, really great. It's
你
all
们
about
眼睛
kind
难
of
受不难
moving
受
in a？triangle
我盯着看，看到现在眼睛有点难受，真的。
momentum. What was that word?
只要它一直在抖，画面一直在抖。
And that
With
combination of the
momentum.
good,
There
the
we
good range and being able to stick to every surface really lets you kind of zip around the stage and get behind enemy lines.
Imagine being unpleasantly surprised by thinking you're safe in one area,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
some Dutch comes winging in with his carbon roller and zip caster.
And of course, there are
30
many
分
other
钟还在
specials
玩
that
这
you'll
个。
be, special weapons that you'll get,
哎
using,
呦
you know,
天
depending on the weapons that you have. But
Yeah.
the
Well,
zip
let's
caster
hop
is
back
very
and
nice.
take a look at a couple other sets here. So
Yeah.
let's look at
Cut back to
Scorch
it.
Gorge, which is going to be in the rotation this weekend.
不会晕3D 啊，
And let's
就是
hop
看着
back
画
in.
面难受。玩3D 游戏都不会晕，看它这个受不了，看久了受不了。
Show off something
看了
a little
30分钟
different.。
Yeah, so you're taking a look at a shooter class weapon, the Splashmatic. That was the first one we saw. And we saw the carbon roller in the roller class. Let's take another look at
Splat charge.
the Splat
Yeah.
charge.
Demetrius's favorite, right? Just kidding.
I really like this weapon. I think it's great fun. I'm just not the best at it.
So this is your classic long-range kind of sniper-style weapon. You
哇，
can
这
see
个
the
射
range
得
on
远
this。one compared to the other ones.
That charge
可以
up is
蓄
so
力。
satisfying.
Yeah, and that sound that it makes. So this is what it sounds like normally if you're missing, but
If you're missing, I feel targeted by that comment.
这叫啥？狙
It's
嘛？
cool though. I always appreciate seeing someone on my team
黑
using
百
this
合。
weapon, and I'm always just in awe.
I mean, when you get a good charger on your team, it's like a relief because this is really for like the crafty, skilled, patient, backline style player.
People
who
who
wants to
can
like
hang out in the back and just take people down, help defend.
What's the sub and special for this
Yeah,
one?
so the sub for this one is the Splat Bomb, which kind of this pyramid-shaped one. You throw it out, and after it settles on the ground for like a second, it'll explode. And then, let's go back to the copy machine, and I can show off the special here. So this is another special that's brand new for Splatoon 3.
This is so good. This is probably my
Copy machine.
personal favorite.
Over the crab tank?
The crab
Really?
tank is great, but this is so good. I think it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard with
That's
the
true.
amount of ink you can use if you use it correctly.
All right, so this is the ink vac, and what it's going to do is basically suck up any ink that's being fired at me, and then I can shoot it back, and it'll create a big explosion. So this is sucking up all the ink that the copy machine is shooting. I'm going to launch it back that way.
Boom!
You can see the range on that too.
It's so good.
Like the range, I shot that from like back here. It goes all the way, basically all the way across the test range here. We should try that one more
I
time.
was like, maybe we should show that without powering it up, just to kind of give people an idea of what it's like. Yeah, it looks good. There we go. And did we explain, just in case somebody knows, what Dutch is doing right now is he's actually inking the ground, so he's building up his special meter that you see on the top right-hand screen.
Exactly.
So just for those who are new or wondering, why is he doing that?
You're just randomly firing on the ground.
You
Name
can
of the
see,
game is
as long as I'm
exposed.
standing, as long as I'm standing in front, I'm sucking up all that ink. If I'm not, I'm not getting damaged by it. It's kind of absorbing it. But if you keep getting hit after it's full, that will take you out. So you have to be careful in timing it. So
don't let the coffee machine splat you. I'm not sure.
He was gonna do it.
It's looking a little bit dicey there for a second.
Another thing that's back from Splatoon 2 is storing your charge, and then you can swim in the ink for a couple seconds before popping back out and releasing that entire charge shot.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that. So yeah, you're charging it and then you swim, and then you release. Okay, yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we show off and go to the second stage we wanted to show, which is Eel Tail Alley. So why don't we cut away from this, and we'll show that off.
Wait, so Dutch, what team were you then? Since we're both Team Scissors.
I'm Team Rock.
Oh, you are still Team
Yeah, don't
Rock.
overthink it.
All right, Team Paper it is.
I feel like you two were fighting over paper initially, and so now you've just completely changed sides, Demetrius.
I mean, I'm a fan of Big Man. So.
That's fair, yes. No, it's not really a choice of scissors, it's Big Man.
我快顶不住了，
Probably why.
看直播都快顶不住了，想拉进度条都没有。
Okay, so we're going into Eel Tail Alley. And this is a different type of stage. We just saw kind of that rugged desert that Dutch was pointing out, but this is more of like a cityscape feel to it.
Yeah, right off the bat, it's definitely a different feel. Let's take a look around here.
Actually, one thing we should point out too, we haven't mentioned yet, was you just spawning right there, and that was one of the new features as well.
Exactly, yeah. So you spawn actually from the air, and you can choose your landing spot as opposed to always spawning in the same spot. That
可以选择
really
降
makes it a
落
little more
地点
dynamic.
什
You know,
么
maybe
东
you're
西。
getting pinned down in your base, but you can actually choose where to land so that you can kind of, approach your opponents from a different angle.
It's one of the 3 new techniques, with the other one being Squid Surge and Squid Roll.
And Squid Spawn. I'm seeing a pattern with these names, perhaps. I don't want to be too obvious about it, but...
Let's take a look at the turf map here. We see this is Eel Tail Alley, and it really does look like an alley. It's kind of long and narrow.
And like an eel.
Like an eel.
Oh.
Why am I getting hungry?
What? Sushi later?
Yeah, it sounds good.
So if I'm playing a charger on this map, I think it's going to be all about this catwalk up here. I think this is where I'm going to be living. And that's because I can get, the high ground to kind of control this area down here as the other team comes up the middle. Maybe if I want to get really aggressive, I might come all the way up to this front area and be looking down here, clear out the pigeons.
Oh, Dutch, why? Every time, Dutch.
Poor pigeon.
Pigeon never did anything to you.
Yeah, this spot right here gives me access. I got a clear shot.
Look at you.
At all these areas where the other team might come out.
I think there will be a lot of fighting below too as well. And I feel like the ink vac will be really great because you'll be able to kind of push the line, push the advance of your team using that special.
Exactly, yeah. You drop down here, soak up all the ink that everybody's shooting at you. It takes a while to charge when there's no ink.
I was gonna say, hopefully,
just a little
the explosion's a bit smaller too.
This is why I'm so excited for this weekend though, because we've been messing around with this game a little bit, but I'm really excited to get in there with other people and try out all my moves.
Just
that
play
look,
nicely
that look
with
really
them,
sweet
Dutch.
when there's nobody against me. But
If you see the name Dutch on the opposing team, be afraid, or amazed, or impressed. All of the above are the correct responses.
All right, so you got a chance to see the Splat Charger and Eel Tail Alley. Let's go ahead and move back to the lobby because we have one more thing to show. So we're going to cut to that. Give us
Only the best thing to show.
I can't wait. I think this is going to be, it's just such a cool feature. And what we're talking about is we're going to actually show you in 1 second the lockers. And lockers are just something I think a lot of people are wanting, this customization option of showing off, your own unique style, which the Splatoon series has always had. So just being able to, expand on that, I think it's wonderful.
Exactly.
你们还能听出他们在讲入门技巧。
Dutch, quit delaying. We want lockers
我
now.
听得一脸懵逼，反正都快睡着了，我也快睡着了。
I
I have
know. Maybe he'll be
prepared.
good this time.
Maybe. So So with these are your personal lockers, and what you can do is you can actually add your weapons and even some items that you get from Hotlantis. That's one of the new stores in this game. It's really cool. On top of that, here it goes.
We can't ever go without it.
Your closet at home.
Remember how perfect this was when we first
Perfect Harmony, which is also
the name.
Wow. Now you can put the cups upside down.
Yes. Or the dust gets in it and stuff, so I don't.
感谢晶晶爱吃
Also, one
零
thing
食
to know is you have stickers. You can actually even change the color of your locker. There's a lot of stuff to add, which is going to be really, really, really cool. One other thing too to point out. Oh, look! What are you doing?
And you can see other people's lockers, so if you see one that looks something like this in your travels,
hate mail this way.
It might be Dutch's.
Oh man. All right, so there's one other thing too we want to quickly show is the Splashtags, which is another really cool feature that is also new to the game. All right, put that mess away.
You've done enough.
So on the left-hand side of the screen, as you'll see, it says Splatlandian Youth Player 1. This is actually the Splat tags where you normally would have your name, and you can have different banners, badges, and titles. You obviously wouldn't just be Player 1. We just use that here.
You could be if you want.
If you want to.
That's you.
Yeah.
You are You are number one, Player 1.
You know, you're not wrong. But there's a lot of cool stuff. And one thing to note, too, is with the lockers and even the splash tags, that there will be some season catalogs that come. So expect to have new items to be able to put into your locker, new splash tag stuff, and even some new weapons. So really cool stuff, or additional weapons, I should say. So really, really cool stuff coming as well. All right, so with that, we took a look at the lockers and the splash tag. I have one more thing I wanted to show. And I got it down here, so just give me a moment to pick it up because I don't want to drop it.
Hey.
And that is the special edition Splatoon 3 Nintendoswitch OLED. Super cool. It's actually out in stores August 26th, so about now you could go check it out. But we just want to show that off. And let me actually take this out. It's right here. And show you what the actual system looks like too outside of its dock.
这介绍这个主机了，我刚才去上厕所了。
Cool design here. Now, move a little back and forth so you can see that cool little design shimmering across.
Yeah.
And then one more thing I have here. I'll pick this one up. This is the Splatoon 3 Pro Controller as well. Now this one comes out September 9th, so it's out on launch day, but we just wanted to show you how cool that looks with the two different colors and the cool design on it.
跟任天堂官方是一块的，应该是。
I won't regret it at all.
那种合作的媒体应该是。
Okay, so with that being said, that is it for Splatoon 3 today. One more time, just to remind everybody at home that Splatoon 3 Splatfest World Premiere is going to be out on the
应该快结束了，他这个都讲主机了，快结束了，马上要下一个游戏了。
We'll see you soon. Thanks.